see my lovely face. All
Yes.
right.
Okay. And we're live. Yay! We're back. Hey guys, I am so sorry about the technical glitch we had, but we are live and we are back, and I am so excited about my guest today. I have with me celebrity dentist Dr. Catrise Austin, who is also a dear friend of mine and just an all-around amazing, amazing, amazing person. But I mean, besides being like a multi-time best-selling author, and this is the first book that we did together, Get Smiled. She's got 5 other books now.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I'm rolling.
She is. She's also been immortalized in song. She is the dentist that fixed Cardi B's teeth. And if you've ever heard the song Bodak Yellow, you've heard about her.
Yes.
She serviced Catrise, every time I see pictures that you're posting, like it's a different celebrity. Like I can't even believe the people that you know and the teeth that you've worked on. Like you posted the other day, like looking for diamonds, right? You got somebody getting some diamonds?
Yeah, these people want, because this rapper Gucci Mane has diamonds in his porcelain veneers. So now for the last month, all these people want diamonds in their teeth. So that's the new trend. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. Yes, I get around.
You do. Amazing. And with all of that, you have time to author multiple books. And that's the thing that is like so amazing and incredible about you. So, I mean, I could just sit here all day and listen to your celebrity stories. And
Thank you.
One or two. But I definitely want to talk more about your books.
Yes.
But because now I know everybody's wondering, can you just tell us the Cardi B story?
Well, so I had been working in the entertainment industry for about 18 years. At the time that I got the call from the producer of Love and Hip Hop, the TV show on VH1. And when Cardi had her first season on the show, everybody was talking about how bad her teeth were, and they were not that perfect. And she was actually on my hit list because I was seeing all the comments, and I saw how confident she was, but I knew that it was something that she really needed to fix if she was going to go a little bit further. And lo and behold, the producer of Love and Hip Hop, Mona Scott Young, called my office and was like, girl, Cardi B wants to get her teeth fixed and I want you to do it. And I'm like, holy crap.
Wow, you manifested that.
Yeah, I manifested that. The secret is real. So the law of attraction. So I got the opportunity to meet her and saw that it wasn't going to be so. It looked like it would be challenging, but it wasn't really that bad. And I just happened to ask her, what do you think about taping this for the show? And I even ran it by the producer, and they thought it would be a great idea. So we transformed her smile in 2 visits. We did porcelain veneers, gave her a nice, pretty, straight smile. And it was so good that the producers made it the premiere episode of season 7 of Love and Hip Hop. And so when I transformed her smile, nobody knew it because we had to keep it a secret for like 7 months. And once it hit, the world went crazy. Then she put that she got her teeth done in Bodak Yellow. The next day, when it went #1 on Billboard, TMZ called my office and it was lights out. My life changed forever. I still, 4 years later, get so many clients from that smile makeover.
Wow, I can imagine. And now this was right around the same time that you were writing and releasing Get Smiled, right?
Yes. So it all worked out perfectly. And Get Smiled is a book that talks about how to improve your image and how your smile is one of your greatest assets. So it kind of, she was like my #1 billboard because what we did with her was a testament to the things that I talk about in that book. So it was amazing. And that book, in addition to all the publicity that I got with Cardi B, that book helped me get on television shows across the nation, telling consumers how they too could have a beautiful, pearly white, healthy smile.
So let's go back before that book. Now I know that you had a book out even before that one, right?
Yeah, my first book was actually called Five Steps to the Hollywood A-List Smile, How the Stars Get That Perfect Smile, and How You Can Too. And I wrote that in 2009, I want to say. 2009, and it was my coming out book. I had been wanting to write a book for years, and like many people, I never thought that I had the time or I could do it. And I just decided that I was going to put aside the time and make it happen. And I went with a publisher, a hybrid publisher, Morgan James, because Amazon wasn't around, all the self-publishing. So like many people, I thought I needed to have a publisher, and that's how they helped me publish my first book. But after going through this publishing process, every book thereafter, I decided to self-publish.
Yeah, well, 2009, you were way ahead of that curve.
Yeah. It was like a dentist with a book. But it really helped my business and put me on a different level because there weren't very many. There were medical doctors that were writing books, but there were only like two other dentists that had written a book at the time.
So let's go back before you wrote that first book, or as you're thinking about writing that first book. I mean, so first of all, why did you write it? I mean, like you said, they weren't writing it back then. You didn't necessarily know all the awesome things that could happen to you. So what inspired you to do it?
Well, I just feel in general that there's not a lot of dental information that's on TV, even on the doctor shows, the doctors and Dr. Oz, they still don't feature a lot of dentistry information. So I felt like consumers really needed to get the information on how to choose a doctor, some of the options out there, and the benefits of having a healthy smile. So for me, I've always been a writer. In undergrad, I went to University of Michigan. I majored in psychology, which requires you to do, all you do is write papers. I've always been a writer. I prefer writing than multiple choice exams. So writing has always been a passion. And it's just, I have been wanting to do it. And I'm like, you know what? I want to be the Dr. Oz of dentistry. I want to be the person that gets out there, meet the people, go on TV, disseminate dentistry information. And that book was one of the tools that helped me get started. And from there, it helped me start doing public speaking and traveling the world. And it's amazing being an author. I just love it.
I know, right? It is. So tell me, I mean, you were already writing, you were used to writing, but did you have any fears about writing or publishing? I mean, were you intimidated or?
It wasn't intimidating. I just didn't know about the process. And that's where the publisher really came in handy because they guided me through the process. And, it was nice learning the process of writing a book and having someone hold my hand during the process. But being an entrepreneur at the time for almost 18, 19 years, I like having control over my process.
Right.
I love it. And when I wanted to make changes, like one of the biggest things about my first book is they wouldn't let me do it in color. Well, I'm a dentist and I'm showing before and after pictures, but before and after pictures are more compelling when you can actually see colorful teeth. So that was one of the things I was very, very disappointed that I couldn't, because the cost of doing color is more than doing black and white. So, there were so many things that I would have changed if I were in control. So it was a learning process, but overall I was very happy and it was very well received.
Very cool. So let's talk a little bit more about that process. I mean, okay, so now you have the idea, and so we're at 6 books, you said?
We're at 6 books, yeah, okay. 2 during COVID.
Wow. Yeah. So you've got this idea in your head, like, okay, I'm going to write a book. And then what? Like, what's your next step? How is your, thought process? Like, what do you actually do? Yeah.
So it's kind of like in college, you start with the outline of the topics that you want to talk about. Now my process is a little bit different now that I understand that your book is kind of like a business card. So now when I'm writing a book, I'm thinking like the consumer, and I'm thinking about the top questions that I get about the subject that is at hand. So now I kind of think about the FAQs and then put it in order and then put my content together. But it always starts with the outline, your intro, your subjects, your subtopics, and then how you want to, what content you want to include in the colorful pictures that you want to use. But it's so easy now. I kind of dictate my books. Because with a busy schedule and running 3 companies, it's very easy for me to be walking down the street, or if I get a break at work and I get an idea in my head, I just dictate it in my iPhone, and then I bring it all together, and then I get help transcribing and adding more content to it as I need to. But now I kind of got it after you get that first one out the gate and you feel confident and you get into a rhythm. That's why I think I was able. People are like, "Wow, you did 2 books during the quarantine." I'm like, it's really easy now if you
now
have
that you got your rhythm and your method. Yeah,
you have your method, and just putting the hardest part is just getting the editing and how you want to design it and the cover. Those things you want to collaborate and have a team, and that's where you come into play. But other than that, the content and the writing comes actually pretty easy now.
Wow. So I gotta interrupt talking about the books because I just got a really funny comment from somebody who's watching us live on YouTube. Listen to this. Talk about our lives intersecting. So her name's Tasha. You fixed her smile 12 years ago, and she learns balloons from me.
Really?
Yeah. So how crazy is that? So I know. So she has 2 completely independent ways to both of us, and our lives have intersected as well. So how crazy is that?
That's
Tasha,
crazy.
that's amazing. Aww. She says congratulations to both of us on our success.
Thank you so much. Well, if you're linked up with Sandy and you're following her, you are a success too.
And and ditto. If you know Dr. Austin, you're in good hands. So I'm sorry I had to interrupt with that because that's why, like, all of a sudden, like, I made that face because it was like, wow, what are the chances? Especially from my previous incarnation with the balloons, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so back to your writing process. I mean, it's so impressive with everything that you're doing with your products, with your businesses, that you're able to find the time to write your books and to get that in there. So I really want to go more on that. So you're dictating them. You write down your outline, and then you're dictating your book, and
yes.
And then what? I mean, is there a point in that process that, like, it gets stuck, or where you start to get overwhelmed, or how do you mitigate that? How do you manage that?
It does not, because I love writing, it doesn't get overwhelming. The biggest challenge, like for most that are multitasking, is really finding the time. So when I'm in my book writing process, my hours of writing usually happen between 12 a.m. and 4 a.m. Kind of like a music artist in the studio dropping a hit record. I'm like, my creative process is usually at night, because all of the noise of the day, all of the club quarantine on Instagram, all of that stuff is like winding down so I can focus. So it's I get less sleep during that process, which probably isn't healthy, but that's when I can think, that's when I can get things done. And I can probably write a book now in like 3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, the last book that I wrote on how to become a celebrity doctor that just came out on Amazon, I literally did it in 3 weeks because I was going to speak at a conference in Atlanta on medical marketing, and I wanted to have a book for the audience to take away. So I whipped that thing together real quick.
Wow. Impressive. And so you started to talk a little bit about it, but what was the effects of writing the book on your business, on your life? I mean, everything. What happened after the first book, after the second book? I mean,
well, after the first book, I definitely noticed there's definitely a wow factor because, like we were saying earlier, so many people want to be an author, but I actually did it. And as a dentist, it definitely took my career to the next level. It set me apart from my competitors because, if somebody's Googling and they see Dr. Catrise Austin, celebrity dentist that's an author, and then they see Dr. Smith that doesn't have any other additional credentials other than the doctor title, then more than likely they're going to choose me because of the things that I've done, the accomplishments, and it gave me a certain level of authority. And then, by gosh, once you get on TV, you are a bona fide, like, you are a bona fide celebrity. So that was really, really amazing. In addition to seeing celebrity clients and having a successful practice, that just really kind of put things to the next level. And so, what was the second book? The second book was a book called Stop Diabetes.
Oh, right. Diabetes.
Yeah. So there's a big link between oral health and diabetes, and it runs in my family. And I wanted to do something a little bit different and talk about the health of dentistry. And since I've been pre-diabetic, so I have to watch my sugar. And so it was kind of personal that I wanted to address that. And I started really engaging in the diabetic community. And that was another success. And I had done some work with HIV in oral health. So I realized with that book that I really like talking about the health aspect and how it's more than just the mouth and more than just a pretty smile, that there are some serious health ramifications when you don't take care of your oral health, especially if you're compromised. And then I wrote the third book, which is The Ultimate Guide to Charcoal Teeth Whitening, because charcoal has become an amazing tool and natural way that you can whiten your teeth. And when it first came out and people started using this black charcoal powder to whiten teeth, the dental industry was not on board with it at all, but it was like this big craze. So I wanted to write a book to help people understand the benefits of charcoal, that it's a natural purifying agent to keep your mouth healthy, and all the benefits that it has. And then I wrote a book on how to start your own teeth whitening business. That was one of the books that I wrote during COVID to help people who are looking for a new career, a side hustle, how they can join this $11.4 billion industry and start their own businesses.
I want to stop you there because this is news to me. I don't know about this one.
Oh yeah, this is how to start your own teeth whitening business in no time. I am a teeth whitening expert. I've gone on TV talking about teeth whitening. And then during COVID, when I saw that a lot of my friends and my social network was out of work and they needed extra money, and I'm like, what can I write? What can I teach people to start a business, become an entrepreneur? And I know the teeth whitening industry like the back of my hand, and it's so easy. And now it's not just being done by dental professionals. You can start a teeth whitening business, beauty salon owners, spa owners, all types of beauty professionals are now offering teeth whitening as a service in their businesses.
Wow.
So
and it's the same?
Yeah, it's the same thing. They have the option of using a lower strength peroxide, which is the active ingredient, or they can use the same thing that I use. So now I have a corresponding online training course that you can get certified by me in 4 hours. teethwhiteningonline.com, and the book is on Amazon, and you can either read the book and learn the business, but it's so much better if you take the certification or live course with me. And I have dental students. Most of the people are non-dentists that are taking my course, and they're getting certified, and it's so empowering to help people start a business and coach them. It's just, I am so thrilled about this. And now I have the teeth whitening machines. They get all the products from me, and I literally help you start your business. You can start your business in like 2 weeks. The course is $497. The whitening machines are like $250. So you can start this business for less than $1,000 and make your money back in like the first 2 or 3 patients. It's a high profit, low overhead business.
I don't want to do it as a business, but I want to do your course just so I can do my own teeth, because I've been waiting for you to come back out to San Diego.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to do it for me and my friends. We'll just have a teeth whitening party. Yeah, although you're still welcome to come.
I travel and I do these teeth whitening pop-ups across the country. So it's a fun, easy, safe business. And I do pop-ups, collaborate with other businesses and go into salons and do parties. And it's fun, fun, fun. So that was one of the books that I did. And then the How to Become a Celebrity Doctor book just came out last week.
Wow, how exciting. So I want to go back to the books. We're going to talk more about this teeth whitening stuff when we get off the live, because I'm really interested in this. But but going back to the books, what motivated you? I mean, you had one book. Why was that not enough? Like, what motivated you that you needed 5 more? I mean, so many people, first of all, never do a first book. And then if they do their first book, they're like, well, I wrote a book 10 years ago. I'm good.
No, because, information continues to change. And like I said, there's so much that consumers need to know. And when I find something that's interesting, that I see that's a hot topic, that I get a lot of questions about, or something helpful, like starting your business or how to take your career as a doctor to the next level, I've got to share this information. So I just realized that I am an information person, and I want to help people grow and take their lives to the next level with the information that I have to share. I mean, I've been doing this for 24 years. I have just a wealth of information to share, and I want to share it with you guys. And I'm still learning and bringing more content to you guys as I learn it.
And why books? Why not, videos or podcasts or other mediums?
I'm launching, actually tomorrow, I'm launching a series of TikTok videos that I'll be doing every day, motivating on Monday, transforming on Tuesday, talking about whitening on Wednesday, trends on Thursday, and just fun facts on Friday. So you're going to see a lot of videos. I think it just comes with being an expert. I'm going to really, now that I have, I sold my really big practice in 2017. So now I'm free. I have all this time to create and share. And that's what I want to do, because I find it interesting and so fun. So if I can share and improve your life, and I love videos and interacting with people. I wish outside was open right now where we could convene and do conferences and stuff. But in the meantime, I like to go live on Instagram and Facebook and hopefully YouTube soon, and just get that information and meet the people, because that's what I love.
Very cool. Very cool. So, I mean, with all the other things that you've got, would you say that there's like something special about books? I mean, I agree with you that you should do it all, right? I mean, meet people where they're at, right? Some people are readers, some people are listeners, some people are viewers, and you want to meet them where they're at. But
there is nothing like touching a book. Like this is going to always be here. A video could get lost in the shuffle. A blog can get lost in the shuffle, but it's nothing like this tangible thing that you can always go to. In writing my last book, I had so many other books that I drew information from, and just helping me. Sometimes you read a book and you forget the content and you need a refresher. It's just so nice to just pick up this little baby and go back to it, and it just never gets old. It's evergreen.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, but I'm a reader, so I'm with you there. But for me personally, I would rather read it than watch it. So, do you think that it's important for people to tell their stories or write their book? I mean, for other entrepreneurs.
Yeah, your story is everything. It is It's one of the things that people will actually people who want to work with you. It's your story that will help connect you to your potential clients. And in this last book on how to become a celebrity doctor, I really got a chance to tell my story, how I started my business, the struggles that I went through. I mean, I built my business from scratch. So for all the people who wondered, gosh, how did she become a celebrity doctor? This is the book that I actually really, it's like the book that I've always been wanting to write, because I get asked that question all the time. So now you get to see what I went through, because it doesn't, when you get to a certain level and you see someone that's successful, it does not happen overnight, people. This is 24 years of grinding, of tears, of rejection, of failure, of successes. All of that goes into the process. So your story is one of the things they always say when you're a public speaker. You shouldn't be like robotically speaking. It's just a series of stories that help you connect with your audience. And so that's what I do.
Wow. Very cool. You know, you are such an easy interview. You've answered like 12 of my questions in each answer. So I'm just going to go off my list because I just want to hear more about your celebrity clients and stuff. But before I ask that, I know that you're really well known for working with all these celebrities, but you were telling me earlier that your whole thing is that even though celebrities hire you, you really want people to know that it's accessible for everyone, right?
To everyone, yes.
Tell me a bit more about that.
Well, yes, I get this almost every day on social media. I want to work with you, but I can't afford you. And I say, if you plan properly, you can. Just like everybody who's driving a car, which is $10, $20, $30,000, you find that a necessity. If you see the value in a smile, you will do the things that you have to do to get that smile. You're either going to save, or you're going to work on your credit so you could get financing like you do for your car, or you're going to pay in 3 easy payments like you do your iPhone. You probably do 12 easy payments. Your $1,000 iPhone, which is a necessity, you find the money to get the things that you see value in. And so I reject that you can't get the smile, because I've had moms of 4 children, moms of 6 children, college students, all kinds of people who are not celebrities, that don't have an album dropping, who really save and do what they have to do to get their smiles. So one of the things that I do and tell people, the first step is just to meet with me. If you go to thequeenofveneers.com or VIPsmiles.com, my main website, you can check to see if you're a candidate for a smile makeover with me by clicking the information and submitting photos. I'll look at them for free, and I'll tell you if you have a smile that I can work with. Some people need braces, and some people I can transform their smiles without getting braces. So
Wow.
step one is to just meet with me to see if you're a candidate. That's free, and then we can plan your smile. When you're buying a house, when you're buying a car, or any major investment, you shop around, you get a quote, you see what it's going to take to get that high ticket item, and then you save and you plan. Same thing with your smile. So that is what I tell everybody. At least meet with me, find out how much it's going to cost. I cannot give you a quote over the internet. I'm not an internet doctor. I can't tell you without seeing a picture, not without meeting with you, how much it's going to cost. So that's step one. And then once you have the information, I'll tell you about payment plans and financing and ways that you can do it. And then you plan, and maybe you can get it now, or maybe it's something that you end up doing next year because you have to save. But just put it in your vision board and plan for it, and I promise you, you can do it.
Yeah, nice. And it makes such a big difference, your smile, doesn't it? I mean, it really makes a difference.
I say it's one of the first things that people will notice about you, and it has so many benefits. If you're looking for, a lot of people are looking for jobs now, that smile is going to make a difference. A lot of people are dating, they're on the internet, swiping to the left, swiping to the right. That smile, yes, that smile is going to make a first impression and attract people to you. And just networking, people really look at your smile, and I say it's necessity, not a luxury, it's a necessity to at least have a clean, pearly white smile. Maybe you can't afford the veneers or the things that I do right now, or braces or some of the high ticket items, but at minimum, have your teeth clean, get them white, and you'll be presentable.
Yeah, definitely. And if you can get them straightened, or the veneers if you need it,
Yeah,
for sure. But
yeah.
I know when my, like, after I get my teeth whitened, like, I just want to, and I'm kind of yellow right now because it's been a while, but I just want to, like, go everywhere, like, hey, look, you
Hi.
see,
Your breath is fresh. Hi.
I think I did too. I think the last time I saw you and you did my teeth, and I think afterwards I was like in Starbucks. I'm like, what do you think of my teeth? What do you think? Like, I just wanted everybody to see them.
Yeah, you were so, like, you're so fun to work with because you were just like just showing it up. I was telling you earlier how much I loved your red lipstick. Your lipstick, that red just really makes your smile pop. Little trick of the trade. Wear that red or bright lipstick. It'll make your teeth even brighter.
Yes, and especially on camera. On camera with those glaring lights. So, can you entertain us with a couple of celebrity stories? Is there anybody you're allowed to name drop and give us some dirt?
Oh gosh, let's see. Well, let's see. I worked with in the earlier late 90s, early 2000. I met Paula Abdul in Hollywood, and she was so excited to meet me that she invited me to her home the next day, and I literally did her teeth in her bedroom.
Wow.
It was so cool. It was so cool. I thought she was joking, and she literally had her team give me her address, and I'm in her bedroom the next day making her smile brighter. It was so cool.
So let's see. That when you started doing the celebrity house calls?
Yeah, in the late 2000, I have portable equipment. So I've been, got another cool thing. Maybe 6 years ago, DJ Khaled flew me to Miami, and I'm in We the Best studio, and I'm doing his teeth. And then Busta Rhymes shows up in the studio, and just such a good time. Let me tell you, DJ Khaled is a class act. The whole limousine, a Bentley pickup from the airport, the whole thing, he made me feel so special. He is, what you see is what you get.
Oh, I love it when celebs are like that. When their public face and their private face is the same,
yes,
you know?
He is amazing. One of the first TV makeovers that I did was with the infamous Omarosa from The Apprentice.
Yeah.
Came out to California, and we did a makeover on her and her mom for plastic surgery before and after, a show that was on Discovery Health Channel. And that was an experience. Her mom got everything, the nose, the face, the boobs, the whole thing. And I was part of the Smile makeover team. And Omarosa, her teeth were pretty nice, so we just whitened her smile. But that was my first big TV appearance on plastic surgery before and after. Let's see. Yeah. So Cardi B, Missy Elliott, Eva Marcel, that was on America's Next Top Model. So many people, basketball players, Charles Oakley, and so many people. I just cannot. Tony Braxton. So many people. I've had the honor.
And Sandy Missouri.
Anderson, Wendy Williams. When she was on the radio, she would come to me right before her radio show, and then she'd go on the radio, and literally the first half an hour was the Dr. Catrise Austin show. She'd talk about me, and it was amazing. I got so much business from Wendy Williams. Thank you, Wendy. I've had a great career. I've met some cool people.
Yeah, you sure have. I mean, I love following your social media because I never know who's going to pop up in there.
You never know.
You know who you're doing a dance party with.
I like to have fun. You know, dentistry is not the sexiest thing in the world. So if I can make it cool and fun and interesting and make people listen to my dental tips because they think I'm cool, then that's what we're doing.
Awesome. Well, you know, I think the results are definitely, you know, some of the sexiest things in the world. But I will admit that sitting in the dentist chair is probably my least favorite place to be,
Oh
unless
yeah.
you're whitening my
Oh
teeth, of course.
Well, at least now, instead of back in the day, you have your Netflix, you have entertainment, or you can listen to music. Now there's some distractors, so you're not thinking about it as much, at least in my office. So, it's
You
not.
know, it's the sound of the drill inside my
Oh,
head.
yeah. Oh, yeah. It is not sexy at all. It's like the chalkboard kind of effect.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. I'm like one of you guys. I don't like needles. People think I love giving needles. I hate the needles. I don't like hurting people. So that's what I love about cosmetic dentistry. It's more on the sexier side of dentistry. I don't do fillings and all of the general dentistry anymore. So just the sexy stuff.
Wow. I am so intrigued by this whitening certification course that you have.
Yes.
I'm already thinking my mind is like, oh, I could that is such an exciting, and I never thought about that. I didn't even realize that was something that you could certify outside of dental school.
Yeah, there's so many people that are doing whitening that are not dentists. The dental industry isn't that thrilled that it's now opened up to the general market, but I'm like, if at least if they're going to learn it, I want them to learn it from an actual dentist, because I see these courses on Instagram being taught by non-dentists, and there's been stories in the news of people having allergic reactions and harmful effects. So if you guys are going to do it and you're not dentists, then at least learn from the best, someone that's done it for 24 years, and get knowledgeable so that you don't get sued, and you get more than you bargained for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, we are definitely talking about that some more.
I have an idea.
Oh, cool. Well, bringing it back to books, because that was supposed to be the topic, but just you're so fascinating. Like, I just want to talk to you about everything. We'll bring it back for just a second. So what advice do you have for other experts who have been thinking about writing books or on the fence or whatever?
I'm going to say just do it. You can do it. And like I said, if I'm going to be teaching a course on how to do it, and I know you do too, but it's very easy. Just think about the topic that you get asked about the most, that like the back of your hand. The thing is, you guys know the information. It's not like you have to sit and think about it. If you're choosing a topic that you're passionate about, then you know it. So you just have to learn how to put it together so that it's easily consumable. And that's why I like the frequently asked question method, because you know this stuff. You get asked this stuff all the time. So all you have to do is put it, just take like eight frequently asked questions and bring the information to life. Add some pictures, and there's people out there like Sandy and other resources that if you need help. But I tend to agree with you, Sandy. I'm not a big fan of the ghostwriter, because people are not, they can tell. Like, I do my own social media posts because I don't want a dental company giving me the same stock media post that all the other dentists. The audience knows when your stuff is not by you and it's not authentic. So again, you want to connect, and when you write it yourself, when it's in your voice, you will connect better with your audience, and it will be successful. So don't be afraid. Think of being in college. You have to write a little short-term paper. A book can be like 50 to 80 pages. It doesn't have to even be a 200-page book. So just put enough content in where the audience, your book buyers, will see value, and you're helpful, and you're going to be a success. And
Awesome.
if you need help, there's so many things that you can do to get resources, and we are both here to help you.
That's right. Absolutely. So before we wrap up and go off and talk privately about teeth whitening certifications, is there anything else you'd like to share about anything?
Wow. I know. Man, I'm just happy to be on this journey, and I'm thankful that I've had this extra time. I know a lot of people haven't been feeling 100% 100% happy or feeling a little down during these times. But if you're not working right now and you have this extra time, now is the time to actually use this time to write your book and plan your future, because there is a future ahead. And if you plan now and start putting things into action, turn this negative into a positive, and start achieving. Think about what your goals are for the next year, the next 5 years. I promise you there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and that's why Sandy and I are here to do these podcasts and these postings, so that you know that there's help, and there is a bright future. So now is the time to get to writing and do what you want, see a vision, and achieve your goals. And it's going to happen for you if you put your mind to it.
Awesome. Well, real quick, we've got a question from YouTube. Real quick, I've got someone. She's a dental hygienist, and she's wondering which whitening product you recommend. If you use KOR.
Core is thank you for that question. Core is it actually gives very good results. Now I have my own brand of teeth whitening. I no longer support Zoom and Core because it's nothing like having your own brand. So I use my product, which is VIP Smiles. But Core is great, especially for those darker stains. A lot of people don't understand that not all teeth are created equal, and not all people are candidates for teeth whitening. So that brand that she mentioned is one of the brands that is great for and very successful for darker stained teeth, like tetracycline stains. They have a little bit more success. But Zoom works, Core works, but so does VIP Smiles.
Right. So actually, speaking of which, people who want to learn more about your systems, how can they get in touch with you?
You can find me. My website is vipsmiles.com. If you're interested in taking my course, you could go to teethwhiteningonline.com. But if you want to also see if you're a candidate for cosmetic dentistry, vipsmiles.com. vipsmiles.com has my store, my courses. It has everything. So I look forward to connecting with you guys, and follow me on social media at Dr. Catrise Austin.
Very cool. Okay, so let me just get the plugs in. So we got Dr. Catrise Austin at Dr. Catrise Austin to follow you. We've got your website, VIP Smiles. Here's one of the 2 books that I worked with you on. Get Smiled.
There's
the newest book. I'm all over this one right here.
Yes.
And I need to smush in my little plug real quick before we sign off as well for my book, Book It. That's right, which you can download. I cannot get things straight on this camera. Which you can download. I'm like, is my head crooked or is it my glasses? Which you can download off my website at expertbook4u.com. expertbook4u.com. I believe it's in the link.
Cover. That's a great cover, Sandy.
Thank you.
Yes. Pop.
It's the text is a little bit much for a thumbnail, but it's hitting all the keywords.
Oh,
so
that cover is popping.
We're writing for both. We're doing covers for both thumbnails and then subtitles for keywords for search.
There's a method to the madness, and that's why you are the go-to person for self-publishing.
Thank you. Well, this has been so much fun, and I always appreciate when I get a chance to chat with you. And and we're going to get off, and you're going to tell me all about your certification course.
I sure will.
Any final words?
Thank you so much for having me, and I look forward to connecting with you guys on social media and any other way that you want to connect. Bye, guys.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for watching, and you know what? Go forth and bookify.
Goodbye.
Bye.
With a smile.
Exactly. Yes.